Free gear giveaway. This will be a different one. This is also about a lens that I've talked about before. I've also used it on my Fujis with adapter. This lens has seen a lot of miles. I took the rear mount off and I actually fixed it. It wasn't broken, actually. It just had a little bit of crud buildup in the aperture ring for adjustment. And now it is, of course, just as smooth as silk. It is the Nikkor 35mm D series AF autofocus, and it's an f2 lens. This is what I consider to be a top 5 value lenses to get. It is really incredibly cheap used. Now I did hit this against a door once and I just cracked it right here. The lens functions perfectly fine. It's cosmetically a bit ugly, but I'd like to give this lens away to somebody that's watching. And I like to, let's work off the honesty policy here. Just someone, you could tell me, I'll narrow it down and I'll either ask you folks to decide in another video, or I'll decide just based upon the criteria that you post below. Just doesn't have to be anything long. Just keep it short and sweet. And if you can give me a few logical reasons, like say, I've got a Nikon camera and I don't know, I'm poor and I'm going to film school and I really need this lens or something like that. I mean, someone that actually, cannot easily afford and this lens is not expensive either, by the way, new or used. But somebody that desperately needs this lens, I'd like to give this lens away to somebody. Like I said, it's a bit cosmetically ugly. I've got my own self-designed lens hood, not lens hood, excuse me, a front cap on this lens, just because it's cracked right here. But it doesn't affect the lens. The lens is optically fine. Autofocus is just fine. It just took a door smack. So anyway, it's perfectly fine lens. So if somebody needs this lens, let me know and post it below. Keep the information short and sweet. It's like, I need this lens because we're destitute and I got a Nikon camera and I'd like a nice 35mm wide lens, and I like to give this a lens away to somebody, and that's what I'm going to do. So just if you truly, keep it honest, keep it short, keep it sweet. If you truly need this lens, post the information below, and let's say 2 weeks, I'll make a decision. I don't know, somewhere around 2 weeks. This doesn't have to be ultra technical. This isn't a contest. I just like to give this lens away because I've got 3 of these. But if you can't afford this lens, you should go out and buy one. Used on eBay. They're all over the damn place, used on eBay. You will not regret buying this effing lens. Excuse my language. This lens is incredible. It's awesome. It's a cat's ass. It's the tits. Does it beat the Zeiss 35mm f2? No, it doesn't. I mean, we're talking about, $1,000 here versus this cheap little sucker, which you can grab for, sometimes like $160 used, mint like new. So everybody should have this if you could afford it. But anyway, to keep this video short, which is already too long, if you need this lens, let me know. I want to give this lens away to somebody. I like being helpful, and so that's what I'd like to do. I mean, I'm not rich at all, so just because I have all these lenses and stuff doesn't mean that I'm loaded. I mean, I'm driving a car that actually needs work. I got my priorities screwed up. I have all this camera gear, and I got a car that needs some brake work done, so I'm certainly not Mr. Moneybags by any stretch of the imagination. God knows I've got bills out the ass that I worry about paying, but I would like to give this lens away, so if you really need it, post the information below. If you can afford it, don't post the information below, okay? Thanks for watching. Trying to be helpful to somebody out there, okay? Bye.